Assalamu alaikum. What's happening? That Muslim dude here. Here, put up this video here to talk about occurring racism or racist groups that are that the spotlight has been shown on lately. This video is mainly dedicated towards that. I know I mentioned that in another video or two, but I'm here to talk about the incident, the attacks that happened in Breivik. By who I call a terrorist, a Norwegian terrorist in Norway, which was last week, Friday. Around 76 people were killed, as far as they know. A bomb was set off in the capital of Norway, in Oslo. It's capital of and 7 or 8 people were killed there. And then a couple hours later, a man dressed in a police uniform went to a small island where they were having like a young political party for youth camp, and he began to start shooting and killing people. Killed at least about 68 people and injured a whole lot, scores more. They arrested him, a couple hours later. They found out his name was Breivik. He's part of this national, basically this racist group, and he's big on the Nazi party. Basically, he explained that he killed all these people because they will quote, the people that he killed, they were part of a party that were betraying the Norwegian people and allowing immigrants and Muslims to come in, and he put up various Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube about Muslims and rants about Muslims and immigrants and how they have to take a stance towards them and against them, and then he had documents stating about his plans of what he was going to do from like 2002. So he'd been planning this for a long time. If you look at a dictionary, terrorist is someone or a group of people who terrorize people for political or certain other reasons. This dude Breivik, this is what he did. He terrorized people. What he did was a terrorist act, or whoever else helped him out. Who he is a terrorist. And what's really disappointing is that over there in Norway, that one, they don't seem to be calling him a terrorist. They just call him a crazy man, insane, this and that. They refuse to call him what he really is, a terrorist, and what he really did was terrorist attack. Just plain and simple. Because of the law, he can only spend 21 years in jail. If they decide to, extend it, it would be 30 years in jail. So basically, he killed all these people, and then soon he'll get out if he if somebody doesn't shank him in there later on. And what's really upsetting is that if this had been some kind of a crazy Muslim or some type of nut job with dark skin, one, all immigrants there in Norway would have had a foot on their neck. It would automatically be called a terrorist. If he had been associated with Islam, he would have been called a terrorist or anything like that. But it seems that because he's blonde haired, blue eyed, and whatnot, and he seemed to give a really nice explanation, everybody just says, okay, he's crazy, this and that. But that's pretty much it. And a lot of people just seem to be ignoring it. They're not calling him for what it is, a terrorist attack. Here in the U.S., they're saying they have guys like him who threatened to do those type of attacks, and they had Timothy McVeigh and whatnot who did those type of attacks here in Oklahoma. But yet their thing is we're going to concentrate on Muslims because we're the ones who are a threat, even though there's some few nut jobs out here who have issues and who perceive Islam in the wrong way and think this is what Islam is about, and they go and try to either go through with these acts or plan them or talk about them, but yet they don't seem to categorize a lot of these different like white supremacy groups and other groups that are largely white and classify them as terrorist groups and keep an eye on them. They mainly seem to keep an eye on the Muslims and people of color And it's really upsetting to see, because it's like, if you're white and commit a crime, you're just a criminal and a crazy person and a bad person. If you're Muslim or a person of color, you are a terrorist and you are just evil. And there must be millions of people out there just like you, or billions of people out there just like you. Must be want to do the same thing. So we've got to categorize the whole group as that in that same nature. And it's just really deep to see. And for people of color, it's about to get really dangerous, because a lot of these different these different white supremacy groups, they're going strong in various political parties. They're getting very vicious with their rhetoric and whatnot, and their views. They have the means to actually get in and do serious damage to everybody, not just Muslim, but everybody. A lot of them are white, and blonde hair, blue eyed, like this dude Breivik in Norway, and they have the chance to do a lot of serious damage, more damage than supposedly these different so-called basically terrorist suspects and various nut jobs. These guys, they actually have the means to get in. They have military training or access to government or chemicals or whatever it is, and they have the access and the means to do serious damage to people on a mass and large scale and numerous times. And yet this type of threat seems to be ignored. They do a little something and they let them go, or they just ignore them, and they concentrate on dudes that can do damage, but not that much damage, because they don't have the access as those who are white who perpetrate these type of acts. And I'm not getting this Black Panther and this white man's evil and all this type of stuff, because we don't have time to get into all that, because I don't really care, because if you look at it, people of color, they also cause their own problems too. But however, these type of dudes need to be watched, and just because they're white does not mean that they're how can I put it? They're just simply just crazy, with crazy men with thoughts. These people create actions, and act on these actions, and and that endangers everybody. If you're gonna call Al Qaeda and Taliban terrorists, which they are, call these other various groups, the KKK and the Nazi Party, call them terrorists, because they may not do things, in rapid succession as so-called these dudes from Afghanistan or Pakistan, but they still have plans, and they still build them up, and when they unleash their plans and their attacks, they kill a lot amount of people. All right, so people out there, Muslims and people of color, watch yourself. There's crazy groups out there, and to those out there who want to concentrate themselves on just Muslims or Muslim groups who are terrorists and associate everybody with as this, look at those out there who have perpetrated these attacks, and these are not flukes. These are actual events that will continue if people don't pay attention to them more. All right, that was some dude out. Peace.